What is the best lead magnet? By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what makes a lead magnet effective and how to choose or create the best one for your audience that grows your email list quickly. If you're wondering why your lead magnet doesn't seem to be growing your list as quickly as you will like, stick around because I want to talk about what the best lead magnets have in common and how to create one for your business that draws in more leads. So what makes a lead magnet the best? There's three things to consider. Number one, it's simple and focused. The best lead magnets aren't overly complicated. They don't try to do too much all at once. Whether it's a checklist or a short guide or a short video, it should be easy to consume and get really quick wins. The second thing that the best lead magnet is they solve a really specific problem. So just going off of simple and focused, solving the simple problem means it's solving one that your audience is actually having a problem with. You're giving them a solution that they need. So you're solving the problem or you're answering a question that they have right away, which means it needs to be something that they care about and something that they can use the minute they have it. And the third thing I've already alluded to, it provides quick wins. They get value immediately. In fact, the best lead magnets are ones that they can implement and get some value from right after they download it, whether that's in their life or in their business. The best lead magnets are also relevant, which means you have to keep your audience in mind when you create yours. This is a case where one size doesn't fit all. So we're going to do two things. We're going to tailor it to your audience. You're going to already know what your audience needs and provide that for them. But remember, we're keeping it simple. So the most common mistake I see doing this is people trying to do way too much with just the one lead magnet. So for example, if I tried to give you a lead magnet that you had to spend 1 week researching your next best offer for, and then you got the win at the end of the week, not a great lead magnet, right? We want it to be immediate and we want to have the win be specific. An alternative to that would be a checklist that says, make sure your offer includes these 10 key elements to be successful. Checklist. Immediate win, they know what's next. Another example would be instead of saying my top 5 tips for Instagram, we would say 5 ways to boost your Instagram engagement in the next 24 hours. That brings me to a little side tip, side bonus tip. If you can name your lead magnet first, thinking about what would my audience really want, and then build it from there, you're probably going to have more success. So often we want to build a lead magnet that has all the information that we have and we think they need, instead of building from the headline that they're going to click on to get it. So here's some examples of some highly effective lead magnets. Checklists, templates, swipe files, all of those can be implemented immediately in someone's business. They have been the most effective lead magnets across the board for that reason. They're simple, they're fast, and they let people know exactly where they are right now. People love cheat sheets because they let them in on information, and it's a condensed version in quick bite-sized pieces of the information that they need. The other one that does wonders is we're a little black book of service providers, right? And then you're connecting them to people. People love that insider information. The other possibility is webinars or free courses. And a webinar by any other name is still a webinar, but you don't have to call it that. It could be a masterclass. It could be a workshop. It could be an info session, right? You can name a webinar many different things, or you could just use webinar. If you're wanting to offer something more interactive, this is probably the place to go. Being on video or being live with somebody where it's interactive allows them to know, like, and trust you. Video works wonders, even if you're not on the other side live in person, right? So the best lead magnet is also one that's right for your audience. What's my best lead magnet might not be your best lead magnet. So I want you to look at your audience pain points. We already talked about solving a specific problem. So we want to make sure we're also solving not just a specific problem, but one that they actually have. So What is your audience struggling with? What are they asking you about most? What do people ask you all the time because they know you're the expert to come to for that? Create a lead magnet around that and you'll win every time. You can also test different formats. We talked about ebooks and reports and white papers and checklists. All of those can actually contain the same information. So I can create a checklist that's a condensed version of a free webinar, right? Two very different ways of presenting the information, and one might resonate with your audience more than the other. So test it out. Build one and see what happens, and then build the other and go from there. See which one gets the most engagement, and then let engagement fuel your feedback. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and get some feedback from the people who've downloaded our freebie to begin with. Ask your existing audience what kind of resource they need next. Sometimes, in fact, I would venture to say all the time, most of your best lead magnets will come from what your audience is already asking for. Again, keep it small, keep it specific. We're not going to get too broad here, but we're going to solve one problem and we're going to solve it quickly. Which brings me to my next point about the best lead magnet. Simplicity is the key to creating the best lead magnet for your audience. Don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be a 30-page ebook or a 140-page book I'm going to send you in the mail, right? Simple, quick wins, but something they really want. And the most important thing is to avoid information overload at all costs. Overwhelmed prospects don't come back. They don't buy. They start connecting you with that feeling of being overwhelmed, and they don't want to have anything to do with that. So we're back to keep it simple. Less is more here. And remember, lead magnets begin the relationship process. So it's really about building the relationship from that very first step. It's not just about leads and getting people on your email list. You can email people on your email list all day long, and if they're not engaged leads, they're still not taking action. So relationship has to be the foundation of the best lead magnet you can create. So I want to make sure that you're creating the best lead magnet possible. I have this and all kinds of other resources in the Multi-Passionate Entrepreneur's Playbook. You can download it at the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.